What's up, Alabama? Ben Etheridge here, and I'm in Mobile today to tell you about one of the oldest traditions and rivalries here in Mobile. So stay tuned because I'm going to tell you all about it. Like everywhere else, school is a big part of people's lives here in Alabama. A lot of people think that school is just 20 years of you learning and nothing else. But that can't be farther than the truth. School offers something else other than just learning. And one of the biggest examples of that is sports, or more specifically in this case, football. But what makes us cheer for our team? It's a multitude of things, but one reason is the rivalry that comes along with the sport. Rivalries are a key part of any game. It makes you really root for your team and really against the other one. And like any other rivalry, there's of course a prize. But with our prize, it isn't just a trophy that's passed down. But it'd be easier to see it than for me to explain it. So why don't we go and look at it? Come on. And here we are. And here it is. This is a Seacoast Columbia type cannon, or better known as the cannon. A very fitting name for a cannon, I know. And this may look like an ordinary cannon, but it's anything but. First though, we need to go where it all started, which brings us to Fort Morgan. You see, the cannon was used to defend this very fort during the Civil War. But long after its use, in a letter dated December 27, 1905, William Butler Duncan, the chairman of Mobile and Ohio Railroad, requested a cannon from the commander at Fort Morgan to be brought to Mobile and be placed in a peace monument. But long after its use, in a letter dated December 27, 1905, William Butler Duncan, the chairman of Mobile and Ohio Railroad, requested a cannon from the commander at Fort Morgan to be brought to Mobile and be placed in a peace monument alongside the Columbia Liddy Slocum cannon. They agreed. William received the cannon on March 27, 1905, but unfortunately the original plans fell through. This was because the Washington Artillery moved the Lady Slocum to New Orleans. So now the one and only cannon, the cannon, was mounted at Duncan Place on Government Street. It was moved again to the courtyard of the Matt Sloan Fire Station when the Bankhead Tunnel began its construction in the early 1940s. And the cannon was finally moved to its present-day location on May 12, 1953. So that's a lot of information about the cannon. But now why don't we head back to the cannon and talk about the tradition that surrounds it. And here we are back at the cannon. And I'm sure you're wondering, what did that history have to do with the tradition at all of painting the cannon? Well, it really didn't, honestly. But it's important to know where the cannon came from. Now we're going to talk about this tradition. The cannon painting started actually as a crime. It didn't have to do with McGill or Murphy, maybe. Again, none of this is really confirmed, but some kids went out and painted the cannon. And they got trial because it was vandalism. It wasn't legal then. And after that, we started doing that, Murphy and McGill. We're not really sure which one started it, but we know for sure we started doing it in the 1950s in that area, and that's when it started becoming legal. And we still do it to this day. Truly a tradition, and the history of that tradition doesn't have to be interesting for it to mean something to us. And I think that's the main thing here. That or something else I miss entirely. Good night, Alabama.